Hey everyone, it's getting down. This is Spotlight News. Guys, today again we are still talking about and analyzing TD Jakes, Bishop and Diddy. In this video, just click the like button and share. You're going to see what really happens in Diddy's parties. What is really inside these parties and why guys are coming out to blame TD Jakes, a full bishop who decided to attend parties that are not uncalled for in church. These are the things they preach, abusing, and this is the same bishop who goes on worldly things. And inside these parties, you're going to see what is inside Diddy's parties and why people are coming out to talk about this old sag, why people are on this bishop, because this isn't unwell and it is not good for the community. Just click the like button and share. This is Spotlight News. Keep viewing and see. Here you go.
The reality of God.
That's right.
Think because you're rich,
that's right,
you're going to get away with ignoring what God says?
Religious leader Gino Jennings fearlessly challenges TD Jakes, employing his bold preaching style to call out the bishop on issues like sleeping with men. Jennings doesn't mince words, criticizing Jakes for his association with P. Diddy and attending the music mogul's parties. You know, the #1 news that rocked our society. He points out photos allegedly showing TD Jakes at Puff Daddy's party, implying disapproval of the bishop's presence amidst suggestive dancing. Knowing what's happening at Diddy's bashes, there is certainly no room for spirituality. In his recent fervent preaching, Jennings emphasizes an extreme devotion to God, positioning it as a choice between heaven or hell, God's way or no way, standing for God or aligning with the devil. And it seems like Bishop Jakes didn't like this.
Preachers are more concerned of being celebrities, so therefore they try their best to blend in with the sinner.
In response, Jakes, reportedly offended by Jennings' preaching, personally contacted Jennings via email, expressing discontent and hinting at the dire consequences of his actions. Apparently, Bishop is coming to protect his name, but at a questionable cost. Insiders claim that he hinted at seeking regulatory action to halt Jennings' broadcast. In a bold move, Jennings counters by challenging Jakes to a public debate aiming to address their differences openly. As the clash between the two religious figures gains momentum, the specter of potential regulatory action looms in response to rumors involving Jakes and P. Diddy.
You cannot say you're saved and you're making music with rappers and entertainers.
Jakes addresses his congregation, dismissing accusations of engaging in frivolous activities. He acknowledges imperfections, emphasizing the need to move forward instead of dwelling on baseless rumors. Apparently, he didn't even consider people to be worthy of any explanation, saying, "I didn't come to convince you or nobody, because I know who I am. That is not what this is about. You can think about whatever you want to think." However, now we witness a growing tension between Jennings and Jakes. It highlights a clash of ideologies accentuated by their differing approaches to preaching and public image. It looks like Jennings believed that Jakes had no right to visit Diddy's bashes, as it throws shade on his faith, morals, and secret activities behind the scenes. Speculation runs rife, circulating stories of secret agendas and attempts to silence Jennings because of his outspoken messages. It's nothing new if Diddy is involved, and it looks like Pastor is in great danger for speaking out.
Y'all don't know the business, y'all don't know what y'all are talking about. So it's going to be a teaching moment.
While both preachers stand firm in their convictions, the public eagerly awaits the promised public debate, hoping it will shed light on the brewing conflict and the deeper beliefs underpinning it. The narrative evolves, and it seems like another prominent figure is about to lose all its credibility in the eyes of the public. The drama escalates with each exchange, fueling public intrigue and inviting scrutiny into the actions and values of these prominent individuals. The confrontation becomes more than a clash of personalities and personal opinions. It becomes a stage for conflicting ideologies and the return to the righteous path.
Because the so-called churchgoer is now too concerned how he and she look. Thank God in the eyes of the sinner.
While some still allege that such rumors are mere youthful gossip, baseless chatter stemming from those too inexperienced to comprehend. From what it seems, Jakes doesn't even worry about the possible exposure, and he believes he's well protected. As has said, the worst that could happen.
Then he continued, "The worst that can happen for everything was true. All I do is to represent sincerely from my heart. There's enough power in the blood to cover all kind of sorts and words." This is to warn you about the TD Jakes and the rest about the Diddy that goes out in the Diddy's party. It's not that something who calls themselves the preacher to God comes out to attend such parties. Here you go.
Put the ass on the floor. Let's go. Check. Hey, listen. If y'all think we not gonna dress Swiss Beats hat in this bitch tonight, no. Fuck you.
Oh shit.
Puff. Hey, fuck you. Excuse me. Somebody tell the bell cat to move. The bell cap's in the way.
We waiting for Swiss to get up there.
Sweetie.
We need Swizzy standing up there.
Here's the thing, man. First of all, it's a movement. My nigga Swiss Beats just got in the house. Woo. Listen, his thing was Swiss. Swiss gonna wear a lot of shit, and everybody never gonna say shit. I'ma say some shit, Swiss.
Say it, baby. Say it.
I'ma address the hat. I don't
it's
like
cold,
the bow
nigga.
tie.
We in New York tonight.
I don't like the bow tie at the top of the hat. I like the hat. You just not gonna tie that loop on that hat and think I'm not gonna say shit
Well,
about
where
it.
your skateboard at with them things on your feet,
Hey,
though?
that's a good comeback. Okay, hey, let's go to the next song. Listen, let's go to. They can get me back.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't.
So guys, I hope you've seen what really happens in the party. These guys come and say, I don't want to see anyone decent in the parties. But here you see in this video, signs were always coming out, and this is the pastor shaking everything. And I don't know how TD Jakes is going to defend himself, because he's seen in the parties doing weird things, shaking his behind, entertaining Diddy in all forms of ways. And guys, here he comes out, and how is he going to defend himself? And this is seen, and you guys have heard what really happens in the parties. In the Paris where they say, I don't need anyone decent. If you're decent, the bouncer is allowed to take you out or throw you out of the party. And if you're to be keen and see, when this guy is preaching, there is a way he does his hands. There is a way, those signs that come across and come around. So you guys, I think we have been seeing this as a minor stuff, or as something we don't take so real, like as a personal case. But what do you think? Right, guys, I don't think we are being judgmental or we are being not real. But guys, for TD Jakes, this time around, even when he comes 100 times to defend himself, guys, this is to say we wouldn't blame a man of God. But now, what was the man of God doing in the indecent parties? What was he doing? What was he trying to do? Was he preaching for them? Was he telling them to change? What was he doing in such parties? That's why this is what confuses us, because the non-believers are happy because he is attending the worldly things, which at the end of the day is going to go back to the church and tell us not to follow the worldly things. And this guy is a public figure. Many guys out there are looking up to him. You know, you're telling people a word of God to change their mind, to go to God, to come back to God, and at the same time, in the back and behind the walls, you're attending the unseen parties full of evil, full of sins, full of sinners, and so on. People are sinning. We are all not perfect, but a man of God should be exemplary. I don't care what you're going to say about this, but anyway, you can comment. Your opinion matters a lot. But what really is confusing us? What is a man of God doing in such parties? What is a man of God doing in such form? Ashaming the church. And do you think the church is going to stand as we thought? Even when, instead of talking about this sack, he said he's not willing to talk about it. He's not willing to be repenting for things. But this tells us, that this, and you guys, what I can say for Diddy and TD, it's getting worse because people are coming out by saying this. This is not just exposure or judgmental for these two people. It's just for all of us. All of us should know the truth. We should not be kept behind the walls. And another one said, I hope you do a documentary because people need to hear from the victims. No more being in a dental way, no more hiding us. And I think we should cry out for forgiveness from God, because imagine innocent souls that have been manipulated, and in the church stuff being happening in the black church. And it's time for all of us to come out and talk about this. We should keep bringing these things in the light, the hidden, these things that have been hidden in the dark for so long. You know, we need to discuss about this. People should know all this in and out. They should not be kept behind. People should better stop worshipping pastors, politicians, and celebrities. One of the previous is serving life in a prison. No more children and women are being hurt, because many people are looking up to these pastors, but at the end of the day, these are the same people who are disappointing us. Keep doing what you're doing. Your attention to detail or toxic is a spot on. And yes, if you came from the background in a faith, you will want to treat it with the respect that you have for it, regardless of how you feel about others. So Bishop TD should have showed us what he's preaching instead of attending weird parties. Maybe this is not the most message right now, but people should be careful with all the associations and alleges. It's hard not to fail in associations. Let's use our brain and keep a perspective. I hope this trend dies out, or we have a big official investment that brings justice. We need justice and a victim that have been affected by this so-called Diddy and the rest, and those who are not exposed. So guys, when TD allowed Terry Perry to lay hands on him in a pill pip, that's what they knew of God was coming. Nothing against Perry, and he is not a man of the cloth. I love the end on the important not putting faith into a man humans. I wasn't a Catholic, but I attended Catholic schools in cemetery, and part of them messages to the victim before you contact the late dude. Tell a few people. These have a way of silencing victims. You know guys, some victims are quiet and they fear to come out and portray what they went through and ashame these guys. They fear, but guys, stand as I hope you guys should stand for deliverance and respectful way of talking about things. We should talk this. I can't wait for the documentary. I loved Hilton, but Netflix had a documentary on a mega church. I was so disappointed in the TD Jakes church, because guys, this has been so bad. This has been so bad for a full bishop to see him turning down into shit. All the videos, see shaking his behind, entering parties of the unfaithfulness, entering dirty parties whereby you are not even allowed to come out naked. I'm very tanned and I have been following another one said, I'm very tanned and I've been following TD Jakes for the sites. His ministry has been blessed. Therefore, my adult life, I'm playing for him, as I feel that something is clear there and he is cast. It is not just him through. There are many pastors who God will expose. It is just unfortunate. So there are many pastors that will be exposed. TD just who had a storm page. So now guys, I think you've heard a lot about TD Jakes. We are not judging him, but I think I think he should repent. Yeah, because we are all sinners, but this is so bad. This is so bad for a full pastor. Thank you for listening to me. This is Spotlight News. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Linshaba kokuba kuba buri wona daga inokulondo Olimvuma butakuta kuba kuvulungi bo baby ninokukuka Likwagala butebiza tubereze mu pake mbuku